Hello everyone, Chadtopia here. Now, looky what we have here. It is, of course, the Wrath of Sparta. And we shall be taking a look at the Boiotian League. Now, my pronunciation of that is probably, or it could be Boiotian, it's difficult to say. Anyway, we're going to be having an exclusive look at that particular faction in this forthcoming DLC for Rome 2. And so what we shall do is we shall go on to a campaign. So you can see now that we have the Wrath of Sparta. Fantastic. And these are all the things that you can choose from. So obviously you can choose from Athenae, but we're going to go and say hello to the Boiotian League. Now, this is based around the Peloponnesian Wars, which was predominantly Sparta's league against Athens. So, you know, I think it was a case of, you know, the Greeks around Athens weren't very happy with how the Athenians were running things, and they decided to essentially have a big punch-up. So that's essentially what's going to happen. So we are going to get into the campaign. Let's have a look. You can see campaign settings, all the standard stuff that you'd expect to see. And we're just going to play it on normal mode. Now you can see here the Boiotians, they're rivals of Athens, so we have -20 diplomatic relations with all Ionian factions. Understandable. We're confederacy, so we have -10 tax rate, all provinces, and we're rising military, so we get additional morale as a result of that for all units. So we're going to get in with the Boiotians, and let's find out what's going on. Well, I'll let you guys enjoy that when you play the DLC. However, we're going to get straight into it and have a look. So you can see here the fruit of freedom. Judging happiness to be the fruit of freedom, and the freedom that of valor, we never decline the dangers of war. And, oh my good, Pericles. Funeral speech. Now, we've got to completely control 4 provinces, either by direct ownership or through client states and military allies, and we get a reward for that. So, let's find out what's going on.
At your command.
There is our army. Now, let's see what these gentlemen, the ravaging chimeras. How lovely. But, let's move back and actually have a look at the entire campaign map. Now, obviously, this is a very focused area around the areas of Greece and obviously around the Persian Empire, that sort of situation. So you can see here all the Greek states that are currently involved in this mass punch-up that is this particular war and disagreement. So you can see, obviously, we're going to have, you know, all the various people down here. We're going to have Sparta down there and Athenae over here as well and all the rest of it. So that's going to be interesting to see how things go. So let us tab out of that. Now, Phoebe, which is our primary city. Now, you can see here, we don't... acoustics. Ooh. So let's have a look at what the options are on the... with respect to the actual research. So you can see here, citizens conscription, unlock 3 military technology chains, and epistemology, I think that's how you pronounce it, to unlock certain civic chains. Now, you've obviously got all of these options in here. So it's very similar to the start of Rome 2, where you can choose to go down the military route or down the culture and civil route. Now, obviously, what we need to consider is the fact that you will need to have certain aspects of a decent economy to actually support your military ambitions. So, let's just say that's going to be helpful to have. So we'll have that first, then we'll do that, and then we'll look at what the options are after that. Now, here are our objectives. So you can see here, completely control 4 provinces, and our trade and finance options. You can see tax levels in there. You can see we're not currently trading with anyone, and there's just a quick summary as to what's going on with everything. Now, let's have a look at our options for diplomacy. Now, Argos over here. Yes, when they're not busy selling cheap furniture and cheap electricals, they are in fact a Greek state. So, the Argosians, let's find out. They are neutral towards us, but they have the capacity to trade, so...
Enter, friend, and speak. We surely have much to discuss, and perhaps much to agree.
We shall have to wait and see. Now, at the moment, I've selected a trade agreement and the chances of success are low. And they've rejected it, which is kind of sucking. But never mind, let's see, the Epirus. They don't mind me. They tolerate me at best. But you can see all these people. So I'm allied with Elis. I am allied with Corinthos. And I am allied with Sparta. So.
Welcome, welcome. In a spirit of Olympian hospitality, I welcome you and will listen with care.
Thank you. Excellent. We have trade. So what we can...
Although my honor cries out against it.
Oh, really? Okay, fine. What we're going to do is we're going to try and trade first with all of our military allies. Unfortunately, Elis doesn't have the ability to trade. You can see there it's readied out. And let's see, Argos we've already tried. The Boiotian, yeah, them. They're not too bad, let's see, but we are kind of already trading with them. So let's have a look at the Achaean League. Will they trade?
Friend and speak. We surely have much to discuss and perhaps much to agree.
Okay, I think, do I already have a trade with them? No, cannot trade, so the option's not there. And obviously we've been to see Argos. We've been to see those fellas. Macedon. Now, let's just wait and see.
Welcome. I throw open the doors to you and bid you enjoy our talks.
Well, I'm not going to enjoy them if we don't accept trade, but I suppose to a certain degree.
We do not want simple folk to be scared of the marketplace.
Yeah, okay, alright. I can understand where they're coming from. And there's the Persian Empire, who pretty much hate us, which is understandable. Okay, so we are going to take a look, and you can see there, Thebai is warming in mythology of the tragedy of Oedipus and the immolation of Semele, originating in the city. Oh, look at that, isn't that wonderful? So the city has a history of animosity with Athenae. Excellent, glad to hear it. Now, over there is Athenae, and you can see there's Chalcis, and they recommended that we could go and have a look at some other cities as part of the introduction. Now, let's go and have a look to see what's up here. Now, we've got Sparta in a minor settlement up here, and you've got Orios, who's a very minor settlement there as well. Once called Histatia, for the granddaughter of Poseidon. Wow. So, excellent, glad to hear it. So, what we shall do is, let's have a look. So, here is Opos over here, which is our smaller one. We have Thebai, and we have Delphi. Oh, I wonder if we got the Oracle in there. That would be rather nice, isn't it? Now, that's probably one of those special buildings nearby. That's probably her in there. The Delphi. The Oracle, I should say, at Delphi. Anyway, so let's see. Lamia has been occupied since the Bronze Age, and we're not going to go up against Spartans because the Spartans are our friends. And to be honest, there's probably enough issues going on in this particular area as it is. Now, let's see. So we've got a gathering place, the gymnasia. Let's see. So that would take food, but it'll give us wealth. And that'll give us wealth as well. Now, let's have a look. So there's herding ground and a storage pit. Subsistent, +2 army replenishment. Yeah, we're going to go for that at Delphi. Now, let us see, because I think we are going to need to get our champion training with the army. And let's see what we've got. So we've got the general. Whoops, clicked the wrong button. So there is the general there, and we've obviously got the Theban Hippios, and named after, in the name of Thebes, these are horsemen. So that will be fantastic. We've got the hoplites, and we've got militia hoplites as well, and light cavalry, along with some javelin men. Now, I'm thinking that what we need to do is we will need to do some sort of situation where we start to increase the size of our army. because with only one army it's going to be a problem. Now we do have enough money, so let's do some recruiting. Now, oh, look at these light hoplites and standard hoplites. Right, so what we've got is we've got light cavalry. Oh, look at that. Archers. Oh, I want those archers. They're going to be lovely because they will have pretty good range. Obviously not as good range as the slingers, but still, let's just check. Missile damage 35. Yeah, so there's more missile damage, which is better for the archers. So that's going to be very helpful indeed. So what I think I want to do is I want to stick some light cavalry in there to assist the existing light cavalry. So we have two options for the army to come in from either side. And let's just also see that we are going to want more hoplites. So we'll have some of those fellows in. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hoplites in total, obviously not including general. Let's think about this. And then I'm going to want to get archers in as well. And then we'll hold up until we've got enough money for the next round, and then we can increase, because obviously it's going to take 4 turns for this army, maybe even 5 or 6 turns for this army to actually get into a suitable state that we can then go on and go and kill loads of Oreos. Now, obviously this is us here, so what I will do is I will move our friends at some point when they've got movement ability. We will move them over the tear, because the reason they've got no movement is because we move the champion in there and he's training all the troops and he doesn't have any more movement capacity left. So we shall leave them there at the moment, and then we will move over to Opos, and then we will use that to go and attack Oreos. Now, the only thing I see is the lack of access to Opos. Now, we could go down here, but that will be very close to the likes of Chalkis, and it is a provincial capital. Let's have a look at that and see what's going on there, because obviously, yeah, so there's us, and there it is there. So it could be interesting, because we could end up sort of taking that general region, and that gives us also iron as well. Let's see, what other cities are down here? So there's obviously Charistos at the far end, controlled by Ionians, allied to Greece in the Trojan War. Okay. So let's have a look at our Diplo situation. So obviously Athenae is the only ones we're at war with at the moment, and they are on our borders, which is obviously slightly concerning. Now, the problem I have is the fact that, do I want to send my army away from Theae when the Athenians can basically walk up and give me a good punching, which I'd like to try and avoid if I possibly can. So what I might think about doing is building up a second army, have this army here on the borders in ambush mode in case any Athenians decide to hop across the border and say hello. Meanwhile, I'll then use the main city and Opos as a staging point to then go after Oreos, and then from Oreos we can move down towards Chalkis. If for whatever reason we need to, we can move troops across from Thebae to Chalkis, because obviously we've got that nice little beach area where we can go and say hello to those people. So that's going to be something that we're going to be looking to do. Now, let's end that turn. Let's make sure that we've done everything we can do. Yep, I think that's pretty much it. Now, there we go. Information on the factions. Fantastic. So, let's see. Here are the important characters. We have Pagondus, the general. We have Theagenes, Archaeus, and Eurybiades. I guess that's how you pronounce it. And he looks to be Thespia, Platea, Orchimenos, and Thebae. So, these are important people here. As you can see, we can close that and we can get an idea of how much influence they've got, and we're not even close to being an Imperium yet. So we're at war with Athenae, with Rhodos, with Byzantion, and the Ionian League. And we are trading with those guys, and we are allied with Sparta and Corinthos. So because Sparta is really one of the massive military powerhouses in this particular area, I want to keep Sparta on my side. Now, you can see we do have a food surplus, and we are currently overlooked. How lovely. And this is our character portrait, and you can see here the influence of citizens within the democracy along with additional stats. 3 settlements currently held. So, now let's have a look at this gentleman here. Now, these are opposing individuals, and we could secure a promotion. Now, the next promotion is Agoranimos, and that will improve things for the situation generally. We'll have to wait and see. To be honest, I don't really want to worry about things like promotions or anything along those lines until I've secured my borders against the likes of those evil Athenians. Now we're going to need 5 population surplus, and we've currently got 2. So we are still growing. Now you can see here, over here, this is Lamia, and that is owned by Sparta, so we will not be touching that in any way. So what we're going to do is we're now going to end the turn and see what befalls us, so to speak. Now Athena is up to... there we go.
Your wisdom is renowned, and surely Athena herself would see that an attack on these people is necessary.
Who are the Koroki? Oh. Where are the Kokira? Where are the Kokira? Yeah, might as well.
We welcome your acceptance. Your wisdom. I
Now,
humbly ask that you at least consider a formal treaty. Strong defenses need good foundations.
well, that kind of makes sense, because obviously we've got the Boiotians here, or the Boiotians, and these guys want a non-aggression pact, which means that they will be free to sort of push that direction. And not only that, they'll give me money, so I'm quite happy to give them a non-aggression pact for the time being.
Spoken with clarity of thought and a rhetorical flourish.
Well, thank you. The perils of hegemony. War dictates that unnatural allies fight together, and that drastic measures are taken to defeat a common enemy. Yeah. The capture of capital cities Thebai, Corinthos and Sparta will cause severe diplomatic penalties, and instead aim to erode enemy influence by striking at their smaller possessions. Recapturing their own capital. Your own capital will not incur a penalty. Okay. And lo and behold, looky what we have here. That was unexpected, wasn't it? The 10,000. Now, unfortunately, these guys are still in that mode. So what I think, I'm probably going to have to cancel all of these in order to be able to get them into the city to protect them. Now, this gentleman here is from Corinthos. We have an enemy noble from Athena, and we have the army. Now, how much money do we have? Can we raise another force? Let's see. Eurobiades. Let's see. So 3. Okay, so let's go for this fella. And that's the only option we have. So we shall recruit him there. And let's see, let's recruit some more units. So what we shall do, 2 units of light cavalry. Oh my goodness, that takes forever to make. Hoplites. Look how many that's going to take. Oh heavens. It's going to take hundreds.
We need good fighters.
Yeah, that's a little bit knotty situation, isn't it? So, we'll need hoplites.
Are you ready to serve?
And we'll take some archers with us as well. But we can't because we don't have enough money. That's fair. Now.
Commander.
These guys are within range of the city, so they will be able to act as support if the Athenian army here decides to attack, which I don't doubt they will. Now, can we recruit any agents? So at the moment we can't recruit any spies. We obviously need education and gymnasia in order to recruit dignitaries and champions. So obviously you can see there that everything is still underway, so to speak. So let's see. Probably a mistake to actually recruit outside of the city. I should have probably moved them inside the city and done the recruitment there, but never mind, what's done is done. Now, let's see what happens, because this is only a small army, but it will become a bigger army in time. But these guys may not attack yet. We'll have to wait and see. But we do have a Spartan army in the vicinity. So what I think I'm going to do is, I don't have any options for upgrading here. Obviously we've got storage pit going in there. I am going to end the turn and see what the Athenians decide to do. Interesting. They decided to gallop over to one side. Now it could be that they're bypassing us entirely. Oh, looks like they might be actually bypassing us entirely and going for Opos, which is a little bit naughty of them. Now you can see citizen conscription has now been completed, and our hero has increased in rank, and it's now summer. Isn't that lovely? Oh, earthquake in Opus. Oh dear. Oh dear, look at that. That's not good at all. We're going to have to get him repair that quickly. I think first things first, let's just repair that and repair the port as well. That's going to steal all the money that we've had, but it's better than nout. So these two guys are going to finish recruiting. These guys are doing a fantastic job and should be ready to go in a matter of turns. Now, let's see what this one is. So let's do the civil one as well, because I want to have the option to pick and choose. Now, there is Gymnasia, which enables us to recruit champions. And we've got mercenaries, which will be helpful. Military settlements. Okay, so let's go for that one first. And then we can review further how we're actually going to do that and find out what's going to actually happen. Now, we don't have the money to do it. You can see there, we're down to 172. Now, let's just check our finances. Total expenditure, so we're at 925 the next turn, so it's not too bad. What we might do is just put that up by one slot. See, that's the trouble. See, look at that difference. Unhappiness and negative growth. So I'm actually going to keep that as it is for the time being. So Hellenes, Faithful, and the Ravaging Chimeras are the two armies. Now, let's have a look. So Hoplites, light cavalry. Alliance has been forged between the Ionian League and Byzantium, strengthening them both. Huzzah. And between the Ionian League and Rhodos. Okay, so that's interesting. Now, let's see. Oh, there be dragons. Well, hydras, technically speaking. That's a bit of a, yeah, Jason and the Argonauts. The old golden fleece and all the rest of it. Right, who's over here? So that's Corinthos. And Corinthos have that area there as well. So here we are. Boiotian, or Boiotian. Now, there's Ebola. Oh God, Ebola. And let's just find out what's going on. So,
At your command.
we will, so we try, no, we don't have any options for recruiting there. So, he will move into there once those turns are completed. And then this army will go over here and try and help out Opos. But I'm thinking we need to try and take a bite of these fellas, which we shall do. But we'll have to end the turn first. Oh, unassigned skills. Conon. Now, let's have a look at him. There we go. There's our boy. And he has a skill. Let's see. So, at the current moment, he has a witch with him. And he is a Doctore. Military training. +5 experience gained per turn. And he is an Olympian. So, 5 campaign. Morale. Bread and Games Edict. Very nice indeed. Now, let's see what we can add him in as. Authority. Artisan. I want him to be able to evade enemy agents, because there is an enemy agent sniffing around over there. So we can't really do much with him right now. Well, I don't know. We could. Let's have a look. if we are in a position to send our lovely little friend with an extremely large sword over to do him some damage. Now, can we assassinate? We can't because we don't have the money.
At your command.
But that will have to wait. We can maybe consider it the next turn. And you can see Opos is in the process of being replaced, or not replaced, but repaired because of the damage done by the earthquake. And that's a new dynamic that I haven't seen before. Now, obviously, you know, being affected by earthquakes and other bits and pieces like that. So that's going to make an entirely different situation for a lot of people because, obviously, you know, this is not something that you can stop. An earthquake will happen at any time. So that's about all we can do right now. Argos.
Greetings, my friend.
Let's try it again. No, success low. Screw them. To hell with Argos and their cheap furniture. Now, you can see here the Athenae are all over the place. There we go. So they're now up by Oreos. So they must have reinforced their numbers there. Celebration of Salome. There we go, look at that. 16th full moon. There's a festival. Joyous hearts, everyone's happy, wonderful, lovely, phantasmagorical. Now, let us see what's going on. Now you can see here that Opos is not happy. Now let's see what the details are. Public order. Buildings, squalor, devastation. Events, taxes aren't too bad. So, let's see. Opos will need to have that building repaired. And then hopefully that will make the Oposians a little bit happier. And there we go. Storage pit has been built at Delphi. So that's a better situation. One more turn and these guys can get on the move and we can go over and have a punch up maybe with the Athenians. We'll have to wait and see. This actually might be a better option because then we cut off Oreos. Even though it's only a minor settlement, this is a provincial capital, so it's going to be harder to attack. But let's see. Difficult to see what our options are because look at these high cliffs around here, which essentially means we're going to have to bring our forces in here and then attack that way. And that's pretty much the only option that we've got available to us. So we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. Now, let us just see. What can we do at Thebai? We can't issue any edicts for obvious reasons because obviously we won't be able to because the Spartans have Lamia. Now, if they were to get Lamia taken away from them, which is not outside the realms of possibility, then we could steal it back off those people and then that will give us the entire area and that particular region, so that will be helpful. Now, so what we shall do is these two are going to still be recruiting, so they'll be on the outside of the army. So there's those two guys here. I'm going to wait and not recruit any more. Well, actually no, I can. I am going to recruit some more now. Because these guys are still within area of that city and they can still defend it. Now, unfortunately, these guys are at -9, which is a little bit of a worry. Now, let's see if we can get some detail as to why they're at -9. So, buildings, squalor, devastation, events, taxes, and slaves. So, let's see. What are our building options at Thebai? We don't have enough population surplus yet. We've only got 2. And that is another option there. So you can see here that that is done. That is, or that's in progress anyway. And then we can move on to other things, which is good. In one turn, these guys will be on the move. And we shall, hopefully, be able to go and say hello to some people. Now what I'm wondering is whether or not I can... No, see look, because that army's in there, they're going to block that route in. And that's going to be a problem, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's move on and find out what occurs. What is that guy up to over at Delphi? Epistemology. There we go. The ultimate truth should be what every man aspires to. Indeed. And we have a hero who has increased in rank. Oh, recruit the following agent, a spy. Ooh. Clandestine practices we approve. Now, let us see if we can recruit an agent also. Yes, they are. So, Nymphodorus, great name. Cybarius. Oh, it's got to be Nymph. We've got to have Nymphodorus without a question. And clandestine practices will +5 spy action state of success. Excellent. Good stuff, Nymph. So we shall send her over to there. Now, let's have a look at our technology options. So there is geometry, which doesn't seem to do much at this current moment. There is gymnasia. There's obviously the bronze rams. And then there is support, organised supply. So that enables us to bring a practice field, -5 unit recruitment for cavalry and missile units. Enables settlement to pour boiling oil in all regions. Hell yes, we're having oiling boil, without a question of a doubt. Now, those guys are probably going to link up. So the 10,000 and the children of Tish, or Taishe, I suppose, are going to cause a problem. Now, these fellows have full movement available to them. So, the thing is, if I attack, they are going to probably... See, this is the problem that we've got. Look at that. Okay. Now, what is over here? Now, the Thessian League, I can't trespass. So, I'm thinking over here. Now, that is a 12 stack and a 6 stack. So, that's a pretty sizable army. And our champion needs to be updated. Let's see. There's a 33-year-old champion. He's getting a bit long in the tooth there. Let's make him a paragon as well. Now, these guys are still recruiting, so they can't move. We'll move them into the city. This young lady, we shall move over. Okay, where is she going to go? Oh, look at that. So I've got the option to make a quick run across here. Oh, that's very nice. And then go raiding in that particular area, which is very, very nice indeed. So that's something that these guys here can look to do. Yes, stay put. And this young lady can go ahead and check the area. Now, who's declared war? Sparta and the Thessian League. Okay, let's have a look and find out what's going on where the Thessians are. So, Sparta, Ellis. Ironic that Argos produced glassware, but yeah, it's just, yeah, funny to me. Okay. We'll have to leave the Spartans to their designs while we move our army over and leave them there for the moment. So let's move on. Aha! What? Reinforcing, oh, heavens above. Of course, yeah, the barracks. And this is going to be interesting because we're on grassland. and they have light cavalry, and they have significant, yeah, another light cavalry. Well, I guess we shall, let's retreat, because I'm not happy with that. But what I will do is try and move them back again. Between Sparta and the Thessian League. Fine. Autumn. How lovely. Okay, Olympic Games. Let us send an envoy to the Olympic Games. So peace has been negotiated. We've seen that, so we can close that now. Let us send Socrates. Let's see if we can... No, we can't. We don't have the money.
Commander.
Right, so let us move.
On the move.
And then put him
Concealed from
into ambush mode. So if anyone comes across there, he will ambush them accordingly. And let's get her over the waters. Can she do any kind of sabotage? Not currently, no. So we'll just leave her there. And at least use her as a
ready for orders.
form of defense, so to speak. Now, let us... Actually, what we can do is move her up here to find out where the other army is. There we go. So I have a feeling they're going up to Orios to reinforce it, in which case we can send these fellas over to attack. Now the trouble is that Chalcis has a number of troops in it, so they get some good reinforcements. So we'll see.
Commander. Ready for battle. Ready
Right.
for orders.
So let's see. Opos is now happier. And let's check to see how much we get in the next... So good. We got a reasonable, decent income because we were essentially repairing Opos and trying to get it back into a suitable situation to stop the people getting unhappy. So you can see there now they are happier. But they still seem pretty unhappy there. Events and taxes. Let's have a look at Opos. Doesn't seem to be pleasing any of them really, does it? And these guys are at -8. And what are they unhappy about? Events. Buildings, difficulty level, okay. Change per turn, Difficult, difficult. Now, quite expensive to upgrade. As you can see, we are spending money trying to keep people from dying horribly, or at least we can get in there and do some damage.
Commander.
Let's have a look at this. Yeah, a lot of it's taking with the army upkeep. So, what we're going to do is on the next turn, I think we will go and see if we can both murder him, assassinate him, and then attack this. And he should be just out of range. I wonder if we can use her to actually stop that guy from going anywhere. Let's see how we get on. Bingo, ambush. That's exactly what we were after. Hello boys, it's time to punch you in the face. Oh! Oh dear. The true contempt of the invader shown in deeds of valour on the field, or in the field, I should say. Hermocrates, a Syracusan general. Wonder if he's one of Mao's. Right, so, here we go. Oh no! Look, they're all there. How unfortunate. Right. Let's just get our archers immediately into the area. Like so. In fact, actually, no. Let's move them back, because what I want to do is I want to put my hoplites there to protect them against a potential charge. Now, we'll have the militia out to one side, and then obviously all these guys will be behind like so. Now, what we shall do also is, actually what I'll do is I'll keep one cavalry back for here, and I will move another section of cavalry, 2 sections of cavalry over there to attack from the other side. Now, what are our options? Fireballs. Well, we're on flat ground, so fireballs will be less than effective under the circumstances. Now, let's just see. Hoplite wall. That might be a good idea, actually. Let's see what difference that will actually make. There we go. Look at those fellows. Don't they look glorious? A hoplite flanks. And then, obviously, the bowmen behind them doing additional damage. And these guys also will be in a hoplite phalanx like so. And then what we're going to do is, because these are guys already in phalanx, we shall just... Where did those guys come from? Get out of there, you silly boys. We want all of the hoplites, because what I want to try and do is make sure that there are no gaps in the line, because that would kind of defeat the object of having a hoplite wall. Now, let's see. We'll put a little section there. Now, that looks quite good, I have to say. And then, obviously, these guys here. That's scrub, I can't select that. Let's put all of them like so. And take them out of skirmish mode. Now, so what we're going to do, essentially, is we are going to try and focus fire down the light cavalry. And at the same time, the trouble is these javelin men are going to be a problem, because we are going up against some of these nasty speary guys, as you can see. So maybe we can do cavalry on cavalry action there. What I'll do is I'll actually move one section of cavalry up to there, and then keep these cav in the centre, and then we'll still have the general at the rear, and a nice formation there. And we'll have him in a hoplite wall as well. Okay, we can't do any deployables, so let us first select all these guys. Can we put them into group 1? We can. Right, gentlemen, let the punch-up commence.
Leave the wounded. Keep attacking. We look after the wounded when we're done.
No, move back, guys. For that reason. Silly boys.
The men are wavering.
Of course the men are wavering. Let's bring in these guys. Now this is the general, this is the problem. Oh, smashed into them. Lovely stuff. Let's attack these guys from the rear, I think. Actually, no, let's send them after the javelin men. Actually, no, we'll send that guy after the javelin men and have him attack the hoplites from the rear. Hopefully that should break them quite quickly. Get them, boys.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Okay.
This is a shameful display. Archers!
You guys can go back to there.
Missiles ready and waiting.
And these guys can go back to there. What's going on here? Haven't you killed them all yet? God. Let's get the cav out of there for the moment and then bring them in on the side. What's going on here? This will be the general. Oh, run for it, fellas. Too late. Loads of horses in the face. So hopefully they can tie them up and do enough damage. Now, let's see. Yep. Horses over to there. Bring these guys over as well. And in through the back. Hello, fellas. Have some cavalry up the bum. Let's get them out. And up to here.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Okay, that's not exactly unexpected as Warwick goes on air again. Hello, Warwick. Let's see now. Let's move javelin men in on one side. Let's move the cavalry out. And these guys should be engaging those fellas. Crash! Hello, fellas. Let's leave them out and bring them round here. And say hello to the back ends of these fellows. Hello, boys.
One of our units has used all
Have some horses. There we go. Decisive victory. We approve. Now, we only lost 110 men, but they lost significantly more, as you can see. We didn't kill the general, sadly, Boiotian. Or Boiotian. Kill everyone.
waiting for orders. Make haste, men.
Now, that's interesting, because you can see what they've done is they've pulled back. We've still got that.
Athena gives wisdom, and Ares gives strength.
Hmm.
I give you peace, if you will dare it.
Who are Boiotian? They're allied with Athena. No, I'm not. I'm not allying with you, you bunch of.
Has not given you wisdom to see the merits of our noble offer.
What do you mean merits? Oh, it's now the Olympic Games. Now the only drawback is if we go after these guys and attack, they'll get the benefit of that number. But to be honest,
Ready for battle.
I don't know. That's a tricky one, you see. Now let's have a look. Traits, luck, strategist, and we need to increase our technology. Let's have a look. There we go. We want to be able to recruit championes. Now, let's see what's going on, because this guy should have finished. So we'll put him into there, and that then starts to immediately improve the general happiness. And you can see the general happiness everywhere has improved because I guess we have won a battle. So let's just see. Let's put... See, what I'm wondering...
Lying in wait.
Those guys will lie in wait, but will still replenish numbers, which is good. So that's what I'm kind of after in that regard. But I do really need to actually recruit more units at this particular place here. Now, let's see. Those bowmen are reasonably okay. The cavalry did alright as well. Let's see.
We need good fighters.
That should give me quite a significant number of bows and hopefully quite significant firepower in that regard. And these guys will stay in ambush mode, which is good. Epiros and the Thessalian League have happily decided to admit peace between each other. Which, you know, can't really argue with that. I mean, you've got to make peace with someone before you can get behind them and stab them in the back. Now, let's just wait and see what's going on. So, we got to go and attack the world of cookies over here, Oreos. And, you know, do the devil to them, so to speak. However, we do have to build up this army first. Now, if we have a look at our money upkeep here, you can see we're not doing that well in regards to monies. Now, let's just see what we can do at Thebai. Can we upgrade anything? No, we can't build it. It's like 4,400. And we still don't have the population surplus to increase the size of everything. Now, you can also go in here and check and find out what's going on. Argos. They're still neutral. Athena hate me, but I expect nothing less. Epiros. Let's try some trade.
Greetings. We are civilized folk, so you may speak as you wish, and we...
Yeah, you're civilized, but you don't like trade with me, do you?
And do not need your goods to...
Yeah, okay, whatever. So you won't get my goods for long. Soon enough, you'll get a sword through the thorax, and then it won't be an issue. Right, let's just wait and see. So these guys are obviously in our ambush mode to try and deal with those devious buggers. And, yeah, we're just going to leave her there, because she has obviously kept an eye on things for us. So she's going to stay there, sort of undercover, living in the forest. And then obviously what we'll do is, once these guys are fully replenished, we'll go and kick the crap out of Chalcis, which is only fair. I mean, you know, it's just polite to keep our guys there and then, you know, not actually do anything about it. Now, the fine Spartans, the thunderbolts of Zeus, and over here the wings of Pegasus coming in from the Thessalian League. So those guys are moving in quite quickly. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So, I would like to kill that army if I possibly could. What may be an option? Next turn. Let's see how much money. 829, yeah. Let's get our girl here. And what we're going to do is we're going to give her an opportunity to assassinate their general. Good old Nymphodoros. And then we're going after that guy. Because if we can kill that guy, that will actually change the chances of them actually being able to fight back in any serious way, as long as he doesn't move too far. So we shall end the turn there. Oh, looks like he's coming over to do weird things to my army. And we've been held in place. How lovely. And the general's got away. God damn you, general. Our hidden agent has been exposed. Military disruption. Misled the command. Okay, mission issued. Defeat the following army in battle. The 10,000. Where are the 10,000? Oh, there they are. Okay. You know what? That's a great idea. However... I'll pause to cough, and we are going to go and kill this bugger with a concealed blade. Stab him, girl. Stab him. Aw, Nymphos. Oh, damn it, Nymphodoros.
Ready for battle.
Can he slaughter him? Come on. Yes. Oh, oh God, that's a really bad wounded.
Moving out. I am the champion of the...
Well done, hero.
Let all men fear me.
damn right. And if they don't stab him in the chest... There we go, let's champion him up. So,
At your command.
not going too bad, I would say. There we go. Boiotian. Very nice. So, there you have it. That has been a quick overview and a quick campaign played with the Boiotian League in the forthcoming release of the Wrath of the Spartans. If you want to see more of this campaign, let me know, and I'm sure something could be arranged. If not, thank you for watching. We'll see you next time for more. Take care.